My interest actually is more on the Internet of Things. And the Internet of Things, as we all know, is going to connect anything. Anything as in anything that we, things that we don't even think about nowadays. And they're going to come out with, you're going to introduce a lot more traffic into the network that have different patterns in them. So in other words, you'll be getting traffic that you have never seen before, right? So how are you going to deal with that? You don't even know the threshold values and all that kind of stuff. And and so the idea is actually we want to actually use patterns to actually identify traffic, and that is not just for heavy hitter but in general. And then we can say, oh, whether this traffic is considered normal, abnormal, is it an anomaly, or is it really malicious, right? And the smart attackers nowadays, if you use a threshold, they can start to detect where the threshold is, and they can sort of tune their attack traffic just to be below your threshold. So you can never, so they're getting smarter. So in other words, we have to be smarter as well. Detecting anomalies is not going to be done by human beings anymore. It has to be done by machines, right? And so we have to come up with new methods to actually teach the machines to actually do anomaly detection rather than us relying on us humans to do anomaly detection. Relooking at some of the old problems using techniques from a different discipline, right? And actually that's also a very good opportunity to apply some techniques. So let me give you an example. So now if I were to look at some way to visualize the network traffic, right? And if you look at network administrators nowadays, they tend to look at graphs and all that. They start to look at spikes and all that. Okay, great. You look at a spike, and but then you're presenting that to a human being, and the human being may be able to spot those anomalies like spikes quite easily. You present that to a computer, it's a totally different thing, right? However, if you look at medical science nowadays, I mean, I've seen programs or applications in medical science where they can actually look at like a MRI scan and spot like a tumor from something. I mean, so they are actually trained to, those applications are trained to spot those little things. So my idea is, can we actually turn, let's say, a network into something like an MRI scan, right? And then we feed it to those applications that the doctors use and say, spot the tumor for me, right? So that's what I'm thinking. It's kind of in a way I feel it's a different way of trying to solve the same problem.